Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Today we're taking a look at the Browning Microblast AAA LED flashlight. There's the Browning logo. Now the reason why I purchased this little guy, and it is pretty little. Overall length is actually just under 3 inches. As usual, guys, specs in the description box below. Be sure to check that out when the video is over. But I really liked the concept that Browning was going with regarding this flashlight. I mean, on the one hand, you get a very small, minimalist, single AAA EDC flashlight that you can use for a variety of tasks. But also, you get an improvised cap light. You take this clip and you clip it to the brim of a baseball cap, trucker's hat, or maybe the brim of a different type of hat, and you have an improvised headlamp or an improvised cap light. Plenty of hands-free uses, very useful, very handy, at least in concept. Execution, well, we'll get to that, but first let's take a look at the flashlight. You get a matte finish aluminum body. The flashlight does look very slippery, but it's not. It's a nice matte finish, so that helps with grip. The wraparound clip, now that is polished black, creates a very nice two-tone look, matte black and polished black. Yeah. The clip is a little slippery, but you expect that since it's polished. Over here by the tail cap, we have, no, that is not a tiny tail cap switch. Nope. That is just a raised piece of metal. And the reason why it's raised is because technically it's not. When this was machined, you had solid metal, and then apparently Browning decided we're going to hollow that out a bit to create some space, and we're going to include a very tiny, almost microscopic, for lack of a better term, lanyard hole. Yeah, maybe if you have some very thin sewing thread, you might be able to get that through there, but realistically, you're not going to use it. But yeah, so the circumference was actually hollowed out, and it left something that looks like a tail cap switch, but definitely is not one. This flashlight is single mode, twist on, twist off only. So thankfully, it does have an extremely simplistic UI. If you're traveling with someone and maybe there's an emergency, or you need to hand this light to someone else to use, the user interface is wonderfully easy to explain. Yep, you just twist on, twist off. No tail cap switch. Here's the body. Again, matte finish. Here's the clip. Bezel up carry. Now this clip is rather tight, although you can definitely clip this bezel up to a formal shirt pocket, shirt breast pocket. It will fit. It sits extremely low in the pocket. And if you have a formal shirt where the pocket has a flap, the flap will completely cover the exposed clip. So this is a great minimalist EDC flashlight at the office. Yes, it is an older design, but works really well. Extremely small, extremely compact, lightweight, and just in case you need a flashlight, heck, you got one. Formal office setting, this works extremely well. As a minimalist EDC flashlight with a very simplistic UI, it works extremely well. So, how does it work as an improvised headlamp or an improvised cap light? Very poorly. I'm sorry, but the problem is the clip. Look at that. It is just too narrow, as you can see. It is way too tight. Yeah, you are not getting this clip onto the brim of a baseball cap, trucker's hat, or pretty much any other hat that I can think of. Not happening. No. Way too narrow, way too tight, and if you try to force it, keep in mind, this is a wraparound clip. If you try to force it, this clip will pop off from the flashlight body. So yeah, unfortunately, the concept of having a very small, minimalist, lightweight EDC flashlight plus an improvised cap light? No. The first one, yes, this is a great minimalist, very simplistic UI, fantastic EDC flashlight. Absolutely great. As an improvised cap light, no, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. This clip design for a cap light or an improvised cap light is absolutely awful. The flashlight itself is excellent, but the clip, it's perfectly acceptable if you're going to clip this to the top of a formal shirt pocket in an office setting. Breast pocket, yes. Works well. But onto a cap or hat brim, no, it's awful. The opening should be a lot wider. The clip should be looser. And I would have preferred a non-wraparound for that purpose. Although again, if the opening was wider, the clip a little bit looser, not nearly as ridiculously tight, a wraparound clip could work. This does not work as an improvised cap light, no. Hands-free, Well, I guess you're popping this into your mouth. Yeah. You want hands-free? Pop it into your mouth. What else can I tell you? Now, I don't recommend doing that because you might trip, you might fall, you might end up swallowing this thing and choking on it. Yeah, it's just big enough to choke on, just small enough to accidentally swallow if you're a grown man or woman. No, I'm not joking. Yeah, so I don't recommend popping the back of this flashlight into your mouth and using it as a hands-free sort of thing. No, no. The concept of having a dual ability flashlight, EDC plus cap light, wonderful concept. Absolutely wonderful. The execution on half of that, very piss poor. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's no. If you need something that can work as a cap light or an improvised cap light, this is not the flashlight for you. No, just no. If you're looking for a very small, minimalist, single AAA EDC flashlight, and you don't care about tactical this or tactical that, yeah, this is great for EDC purposes. UI, so simple. Twist for on, twist for off, single mode, 72 lumens. Yep. And I'll tell you guys this. To my naked eye, which is a piss poor indicator of lumens output, it looks brighter, significantly brighter than just 72 lumens. But that has a lot to do with the beam profile. Now, I'm not going to be able to capture that on video, but the beam profile, you get a intense but wide hotspot. It's not like you have defined hotspot with side spill all around it. No, you have a very wide hotspot. And that width, that's your technically side spill. So because of the hotspot, this little guy appears brighter to the naked human eye than it really is. I mean, this thing seems like it's pumping out maybe just over 100 lumens, but again, only a rated 72 lumens. Beam profile, excellent. If you're looking for something that just puts out a tiny bit of light that you can use up close, no. This does not have a low mode. It does not have a high mode. Heck, it doesn't even have a medium mode. It has one mode. Surprisingly bright as heck, rated 72 lumens. That's it. And yes, it will tail stand. Not very well because it is a very narrow flashlight, but it will tail stand if you need that. Just as long as you find a nice flat surface. There's the LED and the reflector. There's all the printing on the flashlight. So, do I recommend it? Again, minimalist, EDC, compact, lightweight, Yes, absolutely yes. Oh, especially in an office setting, definitely. This gets a recommendation, even though it is an older flashlight model, still absolutely viable as a minimalist EDC flashlight. Do I recommend it if you really need a cap light or an improvised cap light slash improvised headlamp? Heck no. Heck no, absolutely not. This this is not the flashlight for you if that's what you need. No, absolutely not. Again, I love the concept, but out of the two things that this little guy is supposed to do well, it only does one of them well. Only one. Sorry, guys. But yeah, this gets a conditional recommendation from me. Minimalist EDC flashlight based on the AAA form factor? Yes. But as an improvised cap light or improvised headlamp? No, no, I'm sorry. No, no. I hate saying it because personally, I really like this flashlight. I really do. Small, handy, useful, fantastic if you need to hand this off to someone. UI so simple, so easy to explain. But yeah, not as an improvised cap light. I'm sorry. Browning messed up there. Yeah. And since this is an older model, I seriously doubt that we will see this clip improved anytime soon. Just to clarify, older model, but still in production, still being sold by Browning. So this is not discontinued. It's just that when you have a significantly older flashlight model, you can forget about any improvements to it, such as the clip. That's the unfortunate part. Yeah. This is a flashlight I personally like, but only as an EDC light. Now, regarding the AAA battery, yes, this does come with one. Is it rated for rechargeable batteries, such as an Eneloop? No. Did I try using one in the flashlight? No, because it's not rated for rechargeables. As far as all of the literature I was able to find regarding this little guy, apparently alkaline only. I know that's going to be a deal breaker for some of you. But for those of you wanting a very minimalist AAA based flashlight, I think this little guy is still worth considering. Yes, you can use an Eneloop or a rechargeable battery, but you do so at your own risk. Just letting you guys know. All right, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon. Please stay safe out there. Unfortunately, it's still dangerous. Take care, guys.